So it isn't just omega-3s. There's other constituents of the cell membrane that are now known to play a very important role in cellular communication and may be very useful therapeutic agents. Things like phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylиnositol, phosphatidylcholine. These are, of course, important members of the lipid bilayer, the phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane. These are the phospholipids, phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylinositol. They are the hydrophilic components of the cell membrane. They present themselves to the watery extracellular fluid and the intracellular cytosol. Inside are these little tails. These are the fatty acids, which are the omega-6 and the omega-3 fatty acids. And then there's, of course, transmembrane proteins, receptors, and so on. It's a remarkable organization that we now realize in the cell membrane. We used to think it was just this sort of a fatty bubble, and proteins, receptors and transporters, they just sort of floated around randomly. That's not at all the case. We know that the membrane is organized into very, very uniform and tightly organized units called lipid rafts. These lipid rafts are collections of receptors and various membrane transporters and so on that are held together very, very intimately, and they float around the membrane as little rafts. And that's how the cell stays organized. We have good data on the use of the phospholipids like phosphatidylserine now on cognitive performance. This is a clinical trial from last year that said 200 milligrams of phosphatidylserine as opposed to a placebo significantly improves cognitive performance during stress. Particularly, phosphatidylserine, or PS, seems to be very effective in terms of its benefits in cognitive performance during stress. The evidence has accumulated significantly enough that even the FDA in the U.S. has allowed qualified health claims on phosphatidylserine. They're allowing manufacturers to officially say that consumption of phosphatidylserine may reduce the risk of dementia in the elderly, and that consumption of phosphatidylserine may reduce the risk of cognitive dysfunction in the elderly.